In the traditional approach in psychiatry, bipolar disorder is treated with mood stabilizers, sometimes with antipsychotic medications, or a combination of a mood stabilizer with an antidepressant, because individuals with bipolar disorder will experience both very high highs as well as very low lows. It's one of the most difficult disorders to treat, actually, when it comes to an intervention using traditional pharmaceutical agents. When I became a holistic psychiatrist, that was my very first problem that I wanted to find adjunctive healing tools from a holistic paradigm. So when I first initiated my journey in holistic psychiatry, I used a particular supplement that had vitamins and minerals and some amino acids that was highly absorbable and did help people to feel a lot better. There was a shortage of understanding at that time, back in 2002, about all of the nuances and complexities that come with the treatment of bipolar disorder. But, over time, I learned more and more. And I wanted to summarize the key understanding that I have about bipolar disorder and helping people get off of a mood stabilizer like Lamotrigine after all of these years of exploration in this field. And I think I can summarize it by saying that from a holistic perspective, if I want to help someone with bipolar disorder, my goal is to support enzyme regulation. So what is enzyme regulation? Well, enzymes are the workers in our cells. They are also everywhere. They're on the cell membrane, they're between cells. Enzymes do work, and they help us with regulation of everything, not just mood. So when we struggle with mood dysregulation, the important thing is to support the enzymes. Of course, most people will think, well, what supplement do I need to support these enzymes? And there are so many different contributing factors why people don't have either enough enzymes, or they're not as efficient as they need to be, or they may be occupied with other activities and therefore there isn't enough to go around. So there's a lot of different reasons why enzymes end up being too low or not being able to help us regulate function. So today we're going to talk about how to support enzymes in a very global, general fashion so that your ability to function and regulate mood as well as other metabolic processes can be improved. And hopefully as your health improves, the medication will start to feel a little bit too heavy or too high of a dose for you, and you can safely and very gradually lower the dosage because you don't need that much medication anymore. And that's how I work with my patients. One of the ways, for example, to help you to gain living enzymes is through nutrients, and it could be through your diet. And of course, when you're eating something, it requires enzymes to digest the food. So how can we introduce food into our diet with as little work from enzymes to convert that food into useful enzymes and fuel for your body? The solution, I believe, is to create beautiful smoothies that are already blended. They require less digestion, and you can take these smoothies in with the hopefully organic living vegetables, fruits, a protein powder such as hemp protein or bone broth protein powder, and some fats such as flaxseed or coconut oil or MCT oil, something like a nut or nut butter, avocados. These are all different healthy fats. And if you blend it together and you take some of this intense, highly nutritious drink into your body, it can help support living enzyme production much more effectively and efficiently. Another thing that you can do if you have really poor digestion, because digestion requires enzymes, is to add a digestive enzyme into your diet. So digestive enzymes are something like this. I'm not saying this is my favorite enzyme, but it's something like this. Pure encapsulation makes digestive enzymes. And many other wonderful companies under Fullscript also create wonderful digestive enzymes. When you use digestive enzymes, which need to be created in massive amounts all the time, and then they get destroyed very quickly in your hydrochloric acid in the stomach, it's helpful to add to that process or help support that process initially so that as you're eating, you're not using up the enzymes that you're trying to make. Does that make sense? And so systemic enzymes, which are the enzymes we want to build throughout the body as well, can then be supported through this process using the smoothies and then using digestive enzymes to more effectively and efficiently create systemic enzymes. There are systemic enzymes that you can purchase as well, but they're much more expensive than digestive enzymes. And those systemic enzymes can decrease inflammation and can be very, very helpful as well. So that's a beginning. So the first thing is have more raw materials to effectively and efficiently create more enzymes in the body. There are other things that you can use to help you make enzymes more effective and efficient. And one of the best ways is through minerals. When you use minerals, they become integrated into your body to help enzymes work more efficiently. I found a paragraph on the medicalbiochemistrypage.org called Minerals Critical Micronutrients. So this is an article, and I just took out a paragraph, and I want to share with you what this article says about the role of minerals in enzymes. It says, minerals serve as ions required for nerve impulse transmission in the central and peripheral nervous systems. Minerals, as ions, serve as activators of complex biochemical reactions in most tissues, with a role of calcium ions in the activation of cardiac and skeletal muscle activity being a prime example. Minerals also serve as required cofactors for many different types of enzymes involved in a vast array of critical biochemical reactions. The minerals considered as trace minerals function primarily as cofactors or regulators of enzyme function. The terminology of, quote, trace, unquote, relates to the fact that these minerals are effective and necessary in only minute concentrations. Okay, so that actually summarizes what I'm trying to explain about minerals and the importance of minerals. In a book on minerals, I discovered that the content of minerals in our foods has been greatly depleted over the years. Over the last 100 years, because of agriculture and the way foods are harvested, there were tables that followed the amount of iron in apple, for example, over the last 100 years. And an apple in 1917, one apple has enough iron in it to be worth 26 apples in 1997. And of course, we're now at 2022, so you can imagine how depleted sometimes our foods are in terms of the important minerals that we're looking for. So adding a general mineral supplement into your supplement regimen will be very critical for the management of bipolar disorder. And as you can see, many of the interventions in a traditional psychiatric approach uses minerals. For example, lithium. Lithium in the form of lithium carbonate in a traditional psychiatric approach is literally delivering the mineral of lithium to the body. And some of the mood stabilizers for example, Lamictal, is trying to block the sodium chloride ion channels so that sodium doesn't create repeated activation of the nerves, and it quiets the nervous system down. So the role of minerals and the ion channels are definitely one of the key factors from which traditional psychiatrists are trying to control bipolar disorder. The problem with lithium carbonate, however, is that it is such a large mineral molecule that it does cause damage in the thyroid and also in the kidneys. And prolonged use of lithium carbonate can create damage to these vital organs in our body. So it's important as a holistic psychiatrist to provide lithium in a form that isn't toxic to the body. And one of the things that I found that can be very helpful is ionic lithium chloride. So something like this. This is by a company called New Beginnings Nutritionals. I know that people who try to order from them can only get it if they have a doctor who recommends it for them, and that doctor has to be registered under New Beginnings. But on the other hand, you might be able to find it on Amazon, I don't know, or find something else equivalent to an ionic lithium chloride. Now this one is 10 drops equals 500 micrograms of lithium. But this is a kind of lithium that is highly absorbable. It goes into the cell. It's not going to damage the thyroid or kidneys, and it works really well in small amounts. And so I only need a small amount of this to help people stabilize. It's not the only thing that can help people stabilize mood, but you only need a small amount of the lithium chloride. You don't need to have milligram dosages. It's microgram dosages is enough. Another thing that I need to warn you about is if you're taking lithium carbonate and then you're using lithium chloride, you need to have a clinician make sure that you're not overdosed on the lithium. This is not going to show up in a lithium level on the labs, but it has very potent activity. So if you have too much of the total lithium in your body, it could kill you, or you can get suicidal. So it's very important that you have a clinician making sure that the lithium carbonate is slowly coming down as you're using other good minerals to help stabilize. But is bipolar disorder really an absence or a deficiency of lithium? In my humble opinion, I don't think so. I think that we're looking at all of the ways in which we can support enzyme function. So of course, we want to approach this problem holistically and not just reduce it to a lithium product. One of the things that I found also very helpful in the management of this mineral need for people with bipolar disorder is to supply them with silica. So this is a liquid biologically available form of quartz, and it's called Cell Food Essential Silica Formula. So 15 drops will give you 25 milligrams of silica. Silica or quartz is the most abundant mineral in our body, actually, and I find that this is a very helpful mineral to add for those who are really in desperate need of stabilization in their body. What about essential fatty acids, you ask? Because there's so much data out there that essential fatty acids can be very helpful for bipolar disorder. That is true. Bipolar disorder can respond to proper essential fatty acids, but without the proper minerals beforehand, it's hard for people to tolerate essential fatty acids without oxidative stress. But if you are able to tolerate essential fatty acids, I often recommend a highly absorbable liquid form of essential fatty acids, such as Omegagenics EPA DHA 2400. And 1 teaspoon will give you 2.8 grams of omega-3 fatty acid triglycerides. So this is a product that can really support the healing process, but you would want to make sure you have plenty of, that you've normalized or you have supported the mineral status of your body before you would run and get something like an essential fatty acid. Another product that I like, but I don't have it here to show you, is Minerals by Brainchild Spectrum Support. So Brainchild Spectrum Support minerals come in the ultra sensitive kind or just the regular kind, but it does supply a lot of minerals in a very highly absorbable form. I do start with Brainchild with most of my patients just for any problem, because the minerals are so important for healing mental illness, whether it's depression or bipolar disorder or psychosis or anxiety. So those are some of the products I have for mineral stabilization. Some of the minerals that you might find may come in capsules, which is fine. Capsules and tablets, however, are a little bit less absorbable, and if you're not feeling well, your GI system may have a harder time absorbing those forms of minerals. But if you hate the taste of these liquid minerals, then don't take them, and you can start with a capsule that has the minerals in it that you can actually handle in terms of the taste. Besides the essential fatty acid in terms of fish oil, another thing that I have used as a helpful essential fatty acid is blackcurrant seed oil, which is interesting because it's in the field of omega-6s. It's a helpful anti-inflammatory plant-based omega-6, and that's helpful. A lot of my patients who take plant-based omegas also do very well on them, so you don't necessarily always have to use fish oil. So there are other reasons why our enzymes are depleted or deficient or dysfunctional. One of them might be that your GI system is not working well for whatever reason. It may be overrun by candidiasis because of high exposure to antibiotics at one point in your life. It may be because you've been eating a diet that is not healthy for the GI system, or you have some infections or a genetic problem with detoxification. Whatever it might be, one of the ways in which you can support your enzyme function is by supporting your GI system. So the GI system can be supported, for example, through probiotics. It can also be supported by a product that I often use called Gut Support, and it uses Humic Extract. So Humic Extract is from the soil. It has some natural probiotics, and the Gut Support, which you can find on the website called intelligenceofnature.com, has that particular product, although you can explore other products and see if they have very similar substances in it. The problem with the Ion Gut Support, I must admit, is that they changed this product recently from 150 milligrams per teaspoon to 5 milligrams per teaspoon, which is a huge shift in concentration. And for some of my patients, that shift has caused them not to do as well. So I'm just kind of sharing that with you because the product that they used to have is no longer the product that they say are the same thing that they're selling now. Here are some other products that I have. This is a probiotic. It's called Perk Digestiguard Forte 10. It's a probiotic. I use another one called Seed. Seed.com is where you can find it. It's a wonderful probiotic, but a really good probiotic can help the GI system absorb and digest and protect your body much more effectively, and therefore help you to move a little closer to the ideal optimal level of enzyme function. Here is a product that is a whole food product. It's called Greens First. It's a wonderful greens formula. It gives you stuff that you can add to your smoothie, but it's using whole food to help with detoxification and your nutrient needs, and works holistically. to help your enzyme function. It also has a probiotic blend in there as well. What are other ways in which we can support our enzymes? I have some other products that I want to show you. Here are two that are very helpful. This particular brand, Liver Extract by Cardiovascular Research, it's actually a company called Ecological Formulas. Cardiovascular Research is a wonderful product that helps with detoxification, helps your liver to work better, and of course, ultimately, as you detoxify, your enzymes can work more efficiently for you. Trimethylglycine is also very helpful for methylation, detoxification, and I would recommend for some people TMG. So detoxification, why is detoxification important, and why do we use certain detoxifiers versus others? Detoxification needs to be gentle, and when we are gentle with detoxification, you can clear out the toxins without feeling panic attacks or anxiety or insomnia. If you detox too fast, and if you use products that dump the toxins into your body rather than pull it out through the lymph system and through the skin, for example, through foot detox pads by Body Pure, you can actually pull the toxins at night out from the soles of your feet through the lymph system and then take it off in the morning, and you don't have to detox all day long. So gentle detox will remove the toxins without creating the Herxheimer effects that come from detoxification, because most people are already struggling with too many toxins in your body, and the removal of them can be a strain in and of itself for the individual. What are other ways in which we can help the enzymes to regulate better, to improve its function? Another way might be antioxidants. So there are other ways in which we could provide detoxification and antioxidants into the body. One of the ways is to start to support optimal levels of glutathione. Glutathione needs to be in the reduced form in order for it to work. Oxidized glutathione needs to have antioxidants to convert it to the reduced form so that you can use it for detoxification. Now, there's two ways in which you can build glutathione. One is by using a product called N-acetylcysteine, abbreviated NAC. It can come in 500 to 600 milligram capsules. With this product, it's fairly inexpensive. You can give it to your body, and with the proper vitamins and minerals and antioxidants in your body, you can convert NAC to glutathione. Another way you can bring more reduced glutathione into your system is to use a liposomal glutathione. They come in pumps, they come in capsules. If you do have a liquid liposomal glutathione, for example, it's highly absorbable, more absorbable than maybe perhaps a regular capsule, but there are liposomal glutathiones that come in a capsule. So one of the problems with something like this is that I'm told that it tastes really bad because glutathione has sulfur in it, so most people don't like the taste. Adults can handle it, but children, don't expect them to be able to take it. So liposomal glutathione in a capsule might be the way to go for a child, but they do come in liquid forms, and you can use that to build up this antioxidant and detoxifier in your body. There's a couple other antioxidants that I wanted to show you. One is a very globally helpful antioxidant called astaxanthin. Looks like this. You can buy it from many different companies. I'm just holding up one brand that I sometimes order. But this one is 4 milligrams per capsule. It's a soft gel. I use it myself. Astaxanthin is from algae, and it is highly helpful for oxidative stress. Another product I brought to show you is magnesium taurate. Magnesium is very calming. Taurine is an amino acid that's very calming as well. It's almost like a anticonvulsant effect. So magnesium taurate together can be very helpful for some people who are having problems. Now, what about withdrawal? When people come to me and they're taking Lamictal or Lamotrigine, this mood stabilizer, very common medication that people who have bipolar disorder will be taking. And for them, I use a product that I don't have to show you, but it's potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is very calming, and it kind of offsets some of the withdrawal symptoms of lowering the Lamictal. Another important aspect of the withdrawal is using energy medicine. So energy medicine such as Empower Energy Technique or Infinite Intention Technique are found on my website. You can use them for medication withdrawal to help set certain intentions for your body so that your body will be able to prepare ahead of time with the right information and intention so that you can lower something like Lamictal. I always lower these medications very slowly, and I will usually convert them into a liquid form, small concentration, so that people can come down in very, very small amounts. So having a compounding pharmacy to help you convert Lamictal into a liquid form so that you can lower this medication gradually is really important for a safe medication withdrawal. But I do recommend potassium chloride to also support that whole process. So that concludes some of the most common things that I have used. Of course, I just want to remind everyone that the foundation of good health, nutritionally anyways, of good health involves 8 different factors. So it's vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids, GI support, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatories, and detoxification. So we've talked about a number of different ways in which those 8 areas can be covered and why it's so important for someone with bipolar disorder to be able to heal those factors so that they can gradually lower their medication and perhaps use potassium chloride to address the withdrawal issues, very specific withdrawal issues that come with lamotrigine, or another name for lamotrigine is Lamictal. So I hope that this is helpful to you, and if you have other questions, feel free to just contact me on my website. But as a holistic psychiatrist, I know it works. I've helped a lot of people with bipolar disorder heal from decades and decades of mental illness, come off their medications and remain well. And I'm always personally very surprised as well that they do so well. But if you just remember that the key to healing bipolar disorder is enzyme regulation, helping the enzymes to get to the right levels, helping them to work more effectively and efficiently in your body as regulators, I think that's the key to go away with today. And I wish you luck with your healing journey.